Hi, this is Pedro Puzon from the Philippine Bear Community, and we are here with four different people from the community, and we're going to talk about my kind of bear. First off, we're going to do a round of introductions, starting on my right.
Hi, I'm Toto. I am old. I train as a physician. My passion is medical improvisation. And yeah, I'm happy to be part of the community.
Hi, my name is Judd, or as I go by on stage, Juddy, or as I go by online, Juddigon. I am a live streamer and recently an international go-go bear. I'm just happy to be part of this experience.
Hi, I'm Jay Kim. I'm 32 years old. I am an artist, a creative writer, and a music producer. Stream my music, Jay Kim V, on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music. And I am excited to lay everything bare. Charot. In this conversation. O, diba? Lay everything bare. Finally.
Hi, my name is Jeremy. I'm 26. I am currently in my last term of my third year, so it'll be my last year of college next year. And by profession, I am a part-time data annotator, kind of the youngest out of this group. But I am very much looking forward to opening up discussions about our experiences with the community.
Yay! Woo! Party! So first question, we're going to talk about our panelists' first experience with the bear identity. When did you first encounter the term and what did you feel about it?
I think the first time that I was introduced to the term bear outside of my teen years discovering online for the first time and being very attracted to it was when my friends actually actively started using it on me. Kasi they themselves were also bears. And funny enough, leading up to that point, I never really thought of myself as a bear. Trigger warning, I went through a lot of my own version of disordered eating in high school, and I was severely bullied then for being a particular weight level, which at the time wasn't even that extreme by what most people would consider extreme today. The bear label was not really it wasn't so much that I rejected it, but it was very much something that I was like, okay, that's probably not me, until what I now consider my chosen family actively started saying De, J Kim, kapwa bear ka namin. You're part of this family. We love you. So yun, that was when I actively came to accept it for myself.
Mine was, I was 16. This was a moment where I was also being new to the online thing, and also kind of figuring out myself as well with who am I? Normal teen things. And then
Existentialist moment.
yes, essentially. You become existential when you're 16.
Yeah.
The moment on your 16th birthday.
Yeah.
You will become
You question life. Anyway, this is kind of very funny. I encountered the term when I was in those sites, because you're a teenager, you're exploring things.
Prawn?
Yeah, corn.
Corn.
But it never really clicked to me that I could be that, because of I'm not hairy, I'm not this. I think my thinking then was you have to be this specific size to be a bear, because being online then at the time there were differentiations between, hey, you're a bear, you're a cub, you're a boar even. So I'm who am I in this? And then I came to terms with it maybe around my 20s. That was when I was oh, I'm attracted to these types of men. And I like the idea of me being attracted to a bigger man so they could protect me. But I also like the idea of being the bigger man for someone so I could protect them. And I think that was when I started to tell myself now, oh, maybe I am there's an attraction to these type of people. What are they? What are they called? And that's where I learned the term for myself truly.
But it's interesting that you first encountered it in videos.
Yeah.
Because from my time in the, I guess, early 2000s, the ones that you can get in Quiapo or the ones that that gets passed around, it's all Bellamy or it's mainstream type of brands of videos.
Yeah.
And you rarely see bears in it. So by But I guess you're coming from an era of like searching stuff online.
The internet is wild.
Yeah.
Wow, unsupervised internet access at 16. Ooh. What will he find?
Little would you know, you'd find himself. Oh, diba?
Period.
Oh.
The first time that I encountered the bear, parang during high school and college, I kind of knew about me, but I felt na I didn't really fit in. Because like most of the gay stereotypes that I saw were, like lean or muscular. And the first time I realized it was when I went to the States. That was after med school. When you're there, you have a lot of free time, diba? So I was online and I saw a video of this big burly guy, like talagang facial hair, he's muscular, and he was singing Popular.
Okay.
And he was lip saying to Popular, but he wasn't conscious. So he was really like talagang full on, and
Going
he was just
all
in his room. He was just playing to the camera, and I was really amazed. I realized I kept replaying that video. Siguro I was attracted to him, but also I was attracted to the energy. Na how can this big burly hairy guy not be shy about himself and willing to record that video and put it out there. And for people here who know, it was on Live Journal. Okay, so
Can we educate the children on
So
what live journal is?
so back then, when social media wasn't really as big, people would have their own blogs, not even vlogs, right? And they would have their own accounts on a website called Live Journal, and they would just write their thoughts. So usually paragraphs, they would put videos and photos. So I even forget the name of this guy. So I saw him. So I was clicking on it, and I said, okay, I wanted to know more about him. So I looked at his friends because Live Journal, they have links to his friends. And when I started clicking on them, all of them were similar, like big guys, like hairy, like beard, facial hair. I was searching, and then some of them would actually post their group photos, and all of them were together, and all of them were going out, and all of them were not, like ashamed or they were really confident. I'm like, okay, this is who I am. Like this is like my people. But of course, they were American, so I thought like, okay, baka it's far from my reality. And then I was searching online, Live Journal, and I found back then, kasi it wasn't really labeled as a Pinoy bear, but more of like the chubs and chub chasers. So I saw this guy, and he also had friends in Live Journal, and I thought, okay, this is like the version of that, but not really. But that for me, that was the closest. So I started following that blog or those blogs. Like every now and then I would like look, and then they would post like, oh, they were here, they're going to a party and stuff like that. And then that's when one of them, I think, posted on the Bigger Manila party. And I'm like, okay, so this is like a community that is interesting, and at that time felt like it resonated with me. That's how I discovered the concept of what a bear is. So,
Okay, back to me. Back to me. I think when did I? A funny story. The first time I heard bear, the term bear. The first time I heard the term bear has to do with someone whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So I was on Facebook and I saw ads of an ice cream brand back when I was in college. I think you were on there. You were on there. Oh my gosh, I had a crush on you when I was in college. Holy shit. Anyway, yeah. So that's when I first heard of the term bear, and then I heard that Sebastian's was gonna be at the first Pride Parade that I was gonna attend as like a college student. So I went, and I don't even know if Ian remembers this, but I said that I went up to like his like little Sebastian stand, and I was so shy. I was like, like a little twink, a little twink, little Twinkie chub chaser. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna meet Ian for the first time, and I got like the chocolate mint popsicle brownie thing. I don't know if he still makes those, but like that was like the first time I ever interacted with an actual bear when I was in college, and that's how I also found Big Room Manila eventually and started attending bear events. I did stop attending bear events for a while because life. But then I found bear events later on in life, and now here we are. So yeah.
Admittedly, I don't even remember the first time I encountered the word because it probably flew over my head. I only started sporting this after the or during the pandemic. So back then, I was clean shaven. I've always identified as a chub. I was probably like 125, 130 kilos back then because I knew I wasn't gonna grow like a full beard. So I never identified as a bear at the very start. But it was only 2023 when I was invited for Mr. Bear Philippines that I thought, maybe I am a bear. Maybe I do fit the mold. But and we can touch on that later because the look of a bear versus a chub and the experiences. The experiences are pretty much the same. The look may be different, and that's kind of like what this campaign is all about. Um, at least spreading the word about respect and kindness and not policing people if they identify a certain way. But yeah, so now I would tell people, you know what? I identify as a tito or an uncle. That's all I identify with because I wake up in the morning with some random aching body part, and that feels more like a tito than a chub or a bear. So I'm a tito.